Grace and peace, y'all. I hope everybody's feeling blessed today. I'm about to hit y'all with the wise perspective of what's really going on today. Because a lot of us is walking around here thinking that it's the same old devil, just a new time. When really, we in the worst times ever. And I'm going to hit you with why. First and foremost, please understand that we are not living in those old times. The devil had a contractual agreement as to how he can go about tainting us and influencing us to follow him. That's what it's all about. It was all about influence. He could tempt us, he could encourage us, but we ultimately were able to make a choice to deviate from the path of the Lord and jump on the path of the devil, but also to hop back on the path of the Lord when we were ready to do so. Now, with that ability came salvation. With Jesus getting nailed to the cross, he was nailed to the cross with the code, DNA code, meaning we had the ability to adopt our DNA right back and come to Christ. Now, since we have been here, a lot has happened. Remember, we had fallen angels mating with the earth women who created Nephilims, and then now their disembodied spirits were now stuck here. So that's one. Two, we had a lot of people dabbling in witchcraft, bringing demons from other dimensions here as well. So now the world is very much tainted with evil that have no contracts. Now with no contracts come lawlessness, which means they get to run rampant and do whatever they want, however they want. Now, of course, the Lord's hand is over the world, but he has given dominion of the world to Satan for this to be his playground, for us to learn how to turn back to the Father. Many of us are still choosing not to do so. And because of that, and because of decades of that, we are now in the worst times ever. So where temptation and influence were the key ways that we were able to be pushed into following the path of the devil, we now have other ways that are pulling us into a demonic plane. First thing, you need to accept the fact that a lot of these demons, they're now hybrids. Why? Because when you fornicate and you've allowed your gates to be open where you're now possessed with a demon of some sort of particularness, maybe a Jezebel, and then you fornicate with a demon who is very much earthly, guess what? That demon y'all created is a hybrid, and it's going to attach itself to the next thing that it can. Guess who that is? Your offspring. So now we officially have possession from the inside, not just one, but several, and then hybrid variations of it. So no, you won't just have someone who's a spirit of sloth. You also have a spirit of gluttony. You also have a spirit of lust, and it's all brewing inside one person. The wild thing about it is they only need one point of entry, and the entry points come from anywhere there is unhealed factors. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is the fact that influence was supposed to be the gateway, but it was also supposed to be the way that you come back to the Lord. A lot of the demons here don't care about influence. They care about infiltration. So where some of us grew up, where we were unloved, where we were felt shunned, we were felt isolated, and we had to overcome those things so that we can come back to the Lord. If you notice, we're dealing with a time where children are just completely taken out, where people are literally just murdering each other. All of this has amounted to the persecution of the good by all of the evil and the mental deterioration of mankind. If you notice, mental illness is on the rise. Many people are committing crimes and injustice amongst each other, and they don't even understand what's driving them to it. If you ask them, the only thing that they can really remember is the trauma they went through that got them there. Now we have a lot of souls who are still coming here because their roles are pivotal in helping us create some sort of resolve to what's going on. But if you notice, the attacks on the children that are coming into the world are on a rise. Now this is coming in many forms, guys, abortion being one of them. But if you really pay attention to what's going on, the amount of trauma that's being dealt onto children is on an amazing rise. This is a form of conditioning Why? Because when you groom a child to be under so much trauma and you don't teach them how to sort through it, you now leave them open to invite more spiritual possession. Now, if all of this sounds wild to you, it should. Why? Because it's the truth. So when many of us still thinking that all of this that you're seeing on a very daily basis is normal, you might want to fact check it, because none of this is normal. We just normalized it. Now, we can't quite pinpoint when it really started to skyrocket, but I will definitely tell you from the 80s to the 90s and definitely into the 2000s, we saw a very quick takeoff on the traumas that were being dealt out, especially to children. And with the boom of the internet, you have access to seeing it all. It went from us having blocks where it would say age appropriate things, you can't look at certain things, to now, all you got to do is say you're 18 and you can see everything. Now, I know this video was for somebody. Take some time, fact check it, sit down, and allow the Lord to tell you what's the truth. It'll start making sense to you. Love and light, y'all, and peace.